You may be genuinely surprised once you see the amount of limiting beliefs that just dissolve once you start to heal yourself and you feel the baggage coming out of you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and yes, even physically. Based off of my own personal experience and the experience of my clients, there have been limiting beliefs that we couldn't even get to the bottom of or understand and acknowledge until we did our healing. The healing journey itself is not all love and light and unicorn and rainbows. At first, it may feel like you're attacking yourself in the beginning because there's just so much self-reflection and accountability for your actions. You start to take responsibility for the life that has been manifested in front of your eyes. A true healing journey could feel like you're being pushed down to rock bottom, only to find that you have the resources and the ability to build yourself and get yourself back up. The next few videos of mine will be talking about creating the new version of you. This new version of you has a great self-concept, revised limiting beliefs, and new beliefs to take the place of those old ones. And this will all help you to achieve greatness, full self-love, and confidence in oneself. On the other hand, you will also learn how to destroy and break the old version of you who holds the childhood traumas, wounds, limiting beliefs, insecurities, and the baggage of the past. You know, the trash you need to take out. All right, let's get straight to it. Why is healing helpful for manifestation? What does it have to do with manifestation? Everything starts within you. Your brain is operating from that programmed mindset that you've had ever since you were born. And it had been influenced by your parents, people you grew up around, your environment, relationships you've had, people you've been around, experiences you went through, trauma, all of that. It has shaped your self-concept. Now, a lot of us have limiting beliefs in our self-concept that have been shaped around the trauma we experienced. So in order to revise this programming and kind of recreate your own new program, which is the new version of you, and also create it consciously, you need to step out of autopilot and stop being a victim to your own life that you created, and then take conscious responsibility for what's in front of you. No, I'm not saying to blame yourself. I'm just saying, would you spend the rest of your life blaming others for ruining your life and then just being a victim to these circumstances in front of you? Or would you rather take control of your life and lead yourself to victory with love and forgiveness? The only thing that stops you from achieving your goals is the past experiences that hold you to your head and tell you that you're not worthy and deserving of achieving these goals. How can I blame others and then heal from the misery that they caused us? How can I forgive the people who have caused literal misery in my life? How can I blame anyone other than my parents for who I am today? It's the thin line between success and failure, your perspective on things. As a healed individual, when you start to see others projecting their insecurities and wounded energy onto you, you'll no longer be getting affected negatively, and you would actually start to feel pity towards them. Your perspective of things is literally how they manifest into your life. Changing your perspective can literally shift it. Now let's use an example for healing wounds in love and relationships. Now, if you were in a childhood where there was a lot of toxic communication, yelling, screaming, maybe you were involved in the middle of it, maybe there were even divorced parents, it may have shifted your perspective on love, okay? It may have led you to leading a very lonely childhood with feelings of neglect and abandonment. It could have led you to struggle in other relationships, friendships, and even going into adulthood made you not able to communicate your feelings, maybe even run away from love and commitment, and you probably found yourself attracting toxic relationships in which there was no secure or stable sort of love. Now, what healing does is allows you to feel these feelings that you've stored since your childhood. You can journal about them, you can talk them out, you can feel them out. And like I said earlier, you will come to answers and clarity. And sooner or later, you'll start to feel more free about yourself. You'll literally feel a weight taken off of your shoulders. And that self-love, that self-fulfillment will start to come in. Your perspective on love will be very different. You will have forgiven yourself and forgiven the people that you grew up around who made you perceive love and relationships in this sort of wounded way. We manifest 24/7, consciously and unconsciously. Whether you like it or not, we do have free will in our lives. Different areas of your life manifest different circumstances based off of your perspective in that area, how you were brought up in that area, and just how you look at it, how you were programmed to look at it. Now, I know we were talking about taking the trash out, healing, but that's why I mentioned perspective. It is kind of required for healing and forgiveness of the past. Have you ever just wanted to move on and forget about an experience that you basically just never want to relive again? So you bundled up all those emotions and never got back to them. Okay, so all those times that you told yourself, I'm just gonna move on and forget it because I don't want to relive the embarrassment or relive the feelings or whatnot. Yeah, you didn't just forget it, you actually just stored it. So when you don't come face to face with your emotions, you don't get rid of them, you store them in your subconscious. So this will become a part of your subconscious programming, and therefore, if you don't come face to face with them at first, they will start to show up in your 3D reality. Literally start to show up. How they start to show up is by circumstances in your life. So what I mean by circumstances in this video is the obstacles that are stopping you from achieving what you want in your life. So let's say achieving your dream job, but the circumstance that's stopping you is your own insecurity of not feeling good enough. Maybe having your dream relationship, but your own limiting beliefs are attaching you to toxic ones. Maybe just in general, you feel like things are not ever working out for you. These circumstances are just a physical manifestation of your own limiting beliefs. And how you know which is by how you get triggered by them. Okay, so how can you be triggered by a circumstance? Let's say you're in your relationship and you're constantly feeling neglected, ignored, emotionally abused, maybe even disrespected a bit. It could lead you back to a time period in your childhood where you saw your mom being disrespected, neglected, or ignored. So let's say somebody had a father figure that just emotionally rejected them their whole life. If they never addressed those feelings because they were never taught how to, instead of looking back at those memories and being like, I deserved better, or he himself didn't know how to express his feelings, so I shouldn't blame myself for the way that he neglected me. So instead of doing that, they look back and they replace those feelings with just resentment and embarrassment. This is why you shouldn't be just forgiving other people in your life who've influenced your self-concept. You should also be forgiving yourself for the way that you dealt with your emotions. So this is your homework. Next time one of those memories pop up, I promise you they will. You know, those that you try to ignore. I need you to sit yourself down and face those feelings. Ask yourself questions about the situation. How did I feel at the very moment? How would I wish this person handled the situation with me? What limiting beliefs could this situation have created for me? This is healing. This is healing. Giving yourself the clarity, the answers, and the attention that you've been starving yourself of for so long. Those feelings are begging to be heard. Your inner child is screaming for you to give it attention and to give back to yourself what you felt you lacked. All I'm asking is to give yourself the patience, the time, and the attention that is needed to help you heal. Until you bring awareness to why certain things in your life are just not working out for you, you need to stop being a victim and choose to face the hard feelings that you're not wanting to face. This is way easier said than done. Honest self-reflection is key to this new journey of yours and rebuilding your self-concept to be open and receptive to all of your desires. Speaking of self-concept journeys, I re-added my self-concept challenge on heyhero.com so we could do a tarot reading together and I could pinpoint all of your limiting beliefs, blockages, and also advice, insight, and guidance on your manifestation journey. So link is down below. I cannot wait to hear your updates, your success stories, and just the goals that you've reached through your healing process. I'm grateful for all of you and I'm manifesting love, luck, and abundance. Mwah. Bye-bye.